T-minus 15 seconds and counting. All systems go. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7. We have a go for engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Discovery now on its way to service NASA's Hubble Space Telescope.
Houston now controlling.
Roll program, Houston.
Roger, roll, Discovery. Roll maneuver is complete aboard Discovery. The vehicle's now in a heads-down position on course for a 28.5 degree, 309 nautical mile orbit. Discovery already 1.5 miles in altitude and downrange from the launch site 1.5 miles as well. Three main engines beginning to throttle down now as the orbiter prepares to pass through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle in the lower atmosphere. The three engines now at 67% of rated thrust. The engine's now beginning to throttle back up.
Houston Discovery, we have a tally of Hubble.
Copy, Doc. It must be a beautiful sight.
Yep, it's big and bright. At Houston, we're in free drift, and Dr. Stevie's going to get the telescope.
And we see that, Doc.
Houston Discovery.
Go ahead, Discovery.
Yeah, I wish you could see the expression on Dr. Stevie's face. Looks like he just shook hands with an old friend.
Alright, since I'm in such good shape, I'm going to do all of these up here. Count, count. Alright, setting.
A3 counterclockwise 210.
Counterclockwise. Yeah. Alright, Dr. Stevie, take me down.
Go down.
Okay. Stop.
Stop. Mark, they should come out 7.5 to 9 turns. And of course, watch for the washer.
And as we can see, Markley now using the power ratchet tool to remove the 6 captive washers, bolts and washers. There are 3 on either side of this data interface unit. All of the 18 cables now have been removed from the side of the box.
It's out. Washer is staying with it.
Since these are not captive bolts and washers, the crew has to be very careful when they are removed. And you could see Markley, after removing that first bolt, putting it in a temporary stowage position on the temporary handhold that he's installed on the DIU. And as can be seen from this picture, Discovery is approaching an orbital sunrise as it heads across the upper northwest portion of Africa, reaching the midpoint of the 73rd orbit of Discovery's mission. This view from the elbow camera on the shuttle's robot arm. Steve Smith on the right, the free-floating astronaut, while Mark Lee with the red stripes on the legs of his suit, mounted in the shuttle's manipulator foot restraint on the shuttle's robot arm.
They said, Steve, I'm going to drive this out one turn at a time till I see where the release is. How's your camera view, you guys?
Slightly left, Joe, slightly left. A little bit more. That was a little too far. Houston Discovery, the EVA camera is a nice view if you have a chance to take a look at it.
We're looking at it, and it's a great view.
Three turns, it is not released. Oh, let's see, yes it is. 3 turns, and the screw is released. So, doesn't need any more then. That's affirmative. I'm going to go with 3 on the bottom.
This view over the left shoulder of Greg Harbaugh, the 8 connectors on the solar array drive electronics box are very similar to the connectors on the back of a processing unit on the back of a home computer. The 2 tiny screws. He just demated from the first connector. He's now set to demate one connector and connect it to the new unit.
Like a surgeon. On there pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah. Check the sockets, make sure this socket is nice and clean and clear. Okay. Those screws are captured and it's latched. Okay, J8P8 is complete. I'm going to disconnect my tether from the box.
And Discovery for Greg and Joe. Story's got a big smile on his face, and he's giving you a big thumbs up. We're both envious, and I'm sure that you join us in wanting to congratulate the designers up at Goddard who came up with this really elegant solution to the SATI problem.
Jeff, couldn't be happier. And I tell you what, being here in situ, I can appreciate the challenge that you two faced in doing it the first time. We wouldn't be able to do it this easily if it wasn't for you and if it wasn't for those guys at Goddard. Okay, I'm going to move.
That conversation between Jeff Hoffman here in Mission Control, referencing this same task that they performed 3 years ago on the top, or on the #1 solar array drive electronics box. The newly designed connectors, much more EVA friendly, The old design had the crew members changing those out directly against the box itself. Again, the plan is for Greg Harbaugh to disconnect each one of these connectors one at a time and then connect it to its new location on the refurbished Solar A Drive Electronics box.
Prep number 7. Sure, Samson ran left. Okay, pins are all in good shape on this connector. Unlatched.
And Greg Harbaugh will place this pistol grip tool directly on the tiny screws on either side of each connector.
Looks like you need my help. I think I'm in good shape here, Joe, for right now. Just going to stay here away from the door then. Okay. Driving. 1. 2. 3. That screw doesn't look like it's quite released. I'm going to go another quarter turn. It's released. Are you able to feel the threads jump from one thread to the next when it's released, or you just... I can both see it and feel it. Okay. Are you driving? 1. 2. 3. That one is free. Oh, so smart, it tells you what's wrong with it. Did I change one of the settings? Well, I just bumped it slightly out on the setting, and it told me it was a collar error.
That's happened actually to both Mark and I a couple times. It's the,
Greg Harbaugh and Joe Tanner have now been conducting this spacewalk for 2 hours and 2 minutes. They began at 9:45 p.m. Central Time, 10:45 last night Eastern Time.
Pull it straight out and you in good shape. No, I don't think so, Steve. All right, you're all right. Good. Dr. Stevie, take me up. Going up. Okay, Steve, for your records, the lower center. Stop.
we're looking over your shoulder.
Okay. I can't tell you anything you don't know then. lower middle bolt and washer are retained. Down, Dr. Stevie. Go back down. Okay, can you back the box off? Yes, I can. I have it. I guess this is probably an appropriate time to make an observation about the folks that have done an awful lot of work on these tools that we were using here. Russ Snyder just came up with this little gem called the fastener retention tool, and worked just like a charm. Worked better than it ever did in training. So we were well trained with it, and very much appreciate all his effort and work on it. The other tool that I want to make a quick comment on is this one. This is called a pistol grip tool, and developed by a fellow named Paul Richards, who's now in the astronaut office. Is graduating from astronaut candidacy. In fact, was contingent on this tool working successfully, and I'd say he's graduated with honors. And also Devin Taylor, who picked up after him. Both did superb work. This is an excellent tool for the kind of work we do here in low Earth orbit. So many thanks to them. Yeah. Five and a half. Upper right. Six upper left. Okay, 82 hours installed. Trying to put this guy away for a little while.
And Houston Discovery, 82 hours installed. We'll give you an aliveness test go after the fasteners are on 81.
Copy, Steve. We just got a note from Tim Allen up here, or Tim Allen Dick to be exact, and SOX has been on the Home Improvement several times, and as we go around the different centers, we're known as there's the astronauts and that guy from Home Improvement. Well, we thought a couple of terms that they use all the time on Home Improvement would be a best description of what we've done to the Hubble Space Telescope. And what we've accomplished is that we've rewired it, and we've added more. And that's scientific power. We didn't jumpstart the solar arrays or anything like that. And so just in closing, you know, thanks a lot to everybody one more time.
Gear is down and locked. Main gear touchdown. Nose gear touchdown. Discovery rolling out on runway 15 at the Kennedy Space Center, completing 150 orbits, traveling 4.1 million miles, ending the second servicing mission to the Hubble Space Telescope.